It's time for Did You Watch It?
How does this show work? We watch what we like, we talk about what we watched, and maybe you'll like what you hear. I'm Liz.
I'm Isabelle. Last night we watched episode 12 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 5. The show aired on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2015. Here's what we thought. The biggest thing that happened this episode was Kyle's little mixer. I'm not even sure why she did it. It just seemed like, why is she even bothering to be involved if it's mainly for gay people to meet each other?
Well, the whole thing, so I have a problem too, and it was so funny because I was watching Watch What Happens Live the other night, and Andy Cohen was saying the same thing. When people call their gay friends my gays, right?
Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that either.
So that was my first issue, was, everybody trying to claim their gays, quote unquote, like their property. It's like, come on, people. These are our friends. Why can't we just say, I have this really cool friend that I want to set up? And what can we do to make that happen? We all have those fun parties, like, bring your ex that you are no longer interested in, but he's a great guy. And you are still on talking
terms with.
Yes, and maybe, they can meet somebody else, right?
Okay, so that was the whole premise, because I remember, I guess they talked about it last week, and I'm thinking, is she doing like a bingo party thing with a drag queen announcing,
I don't know.
It was hard. At first it was hard to tell, but then when we see all of the planning, the icebreakers that they're going to do, blah, blah, blah.
The little games.
And then I thought, it's a mixer. They want to introduce people within the gay community to each other instead of having to go to bars and stuff.
It's basically just bring your gay friends, and maybe there will be people there that might be interested in each other.
But why did the straight people have to be involved with doing the mixer as well? That was my main thing. I'm like,
it was
that's
like
great that you want to help
trophies or
your
something.
Friends.
It just was weird.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad it's not just me, because I'm thinking, how would anybody be okay with this? It's just kind of weird.
I know. I thought, that's great if you wanted to put it together, organize it, and market it, do the whole outreach, that whole bit. But showing up and having your friends come to, your straight friends who are either married or in a relationship of some sort.
And present their friends like, oh, this is my gay friend, Jerry. It's just odd.
In this event, they should have done like a big ballroom style thing where each new gay single comes down the staircase after they get introduced. I think it's a great idea.
That would be a cool idea. Sort of like, in Jane Austen times when they would introduce the Earl of so-and-so. His wife.
The great big ball, basically, where everyone, sees the debutante.
Something.
Or, well, maybe not the debutante, because, but we need to come up with a better term. But you know what I mean, right?
I totally do.
A cotillion.
Yes.
A cotillion.
A cotillion, there you go. With no, made-up dances. I could do without that.
And no
white gloves.
Fussy rules and white glove stuff. No, we'll make it the cool cotillion.
Yeah.
So obviously we have issues between Kyle and Brandi from last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, however long this situation's been going on.
Too long.
Right? With the dinner party, the poker party. So Kim shows up with Brandi in tow.
Which was my first issue.
What is wrong with Kim?
We know what's wrong with Kim, but it's just, she knows Kyle, right? Kyle's her sister.
Oh, absolutely.
She knows how weird she is about stuff. Like, she's got to know that she can't just show up with Brandi and it's going to be fine in Kyle's eyes. She had to know that Kyle was going to freak out. Just like she did.
It doesn't even look, and I don't even think that much time has passed since the poker party incident and this little mixer that she's put on, right? Less than a week? A matter of days?
Yeah, probably.
I understand Kim's intentions. I think her whole point was, I just want things to get better and I want you guys to talk. But is this really the best place for that?
Well, or call Kyle and say, hey, I'm thinking about bringing Brandi as my guest. Do you think you could get past that, or should I do it another time? Like, don't just show up with her.
And Kyle pretty much told her, listen, you could have given me a heads up.
Yeah.
Don't pull this again, in so many words.
Everybody just had stupid behavior at the party. Brandi's behavior was dumb. Kyle's behavior was dumb. And Kim just kind of sat there like, she's the victim and woe is her that all this stuff is happening when she caused it. She's the one who set it up.
I don't think Kim is very bright, for one. Because when Kyle says something along the lines, I'm like, why are you here? I'm surprised that you're even here. Something,
Yeah.
As this all starts. And it's pretty much Kyle saying, listen, I just want to apologize.
Yeah.
That's what she said with. She goes, but, and she added a but, and she told Brandi something along the lines of, don't get between sisters. She probably could have couched it, said it a little differently, but Brandi obviously takes offense. And then Kim is like, well, why are you defending her? Kim just doesn't understand.
Well, the whole thing, okay, we know how Kyle's apologies go. Okay, we've been around the block with Kyle.
Of course.
How many times now? Like, she will never just apologize. There's got to be apology because she wants to make herself look okay. So she gives this apology, and then she follows it up with all the reasons why she did what she did in the first place, and kind of tries to justify it. So it's not even an apology. It's like, I apologize that you were so upset. It's kind of dumb. Ugh.
Yeah, it's just one of those, she should know, something about she should know not to get between two sisters. Like, that should have just been left for another time and another place.
Yeah.
But, of course, no one can back down. No one knows when to drop it. And that's how we get to this situation where there's yelling. Kim is, obviously, like I said, not very bright because all of a sudden she misunderstands everything. And then everyone is just fighting and butting heads.
Well, and Kyle
it's just
is
not a good look.
Super aggressive. She is. I'm sorry. People that make me crazy. And she was going towards Brandi, getting in her face, pointing her little finger, and getting closer and closer, and getting louder and louder. And Brandi's like, look, you gotta back up or I am gonna knock your teeth out.
Well, did you notice that Brandi did the same thing to Kyle, though? Like, just after that, she starts getting in her space and gets in her space. I'm like,
it just was a recipe for disaster. We knew what was gonna happen because none of them are gonna back down. Nobody's gonna apologize first. And honestly,
no one knows when to,
no one's gonna be the bigger person. So let's just call it a day and just say we're never going to agree.
Yes, they're all just really bad at picking their battles. They don't know when to stop.
Yes, and if Neil were here, he would say they're not bad at picking their battles. He would say the producers are egging them on, right? Telling them what to argue about and whatever.
But even if they are being egged on, don't you think as better people they would have been like, no, I'm not taking the bait. They should know this by now. This is not the first season of Beverly Hills. Yeah. So, they obviously know that they're being egged on.
I love Brandi's tactic of just agreeing with her. Like, whatever Kyle says about her, she's like, you're that kind of girl. And Brandi's like, yep, I am. That's me. I am that kind of girl. Because where's Kyle going to go with that if you just agree?
I know. She can't go anywhere. Although I was laughing when Brandi called Kyle an attention whore. I don't know if she said it to her face, but in one of those in the moments, I'm thinking, Brandi, well, who's calling the kettle black here?
Yeah, no, that was her little testimonial. It was quite comical to hear that coming out of Brandi's mouth. You're like, delusional kettle.
There was an interesting tidbit. Kyle said something along the lines of, or I guess Brandi says, I talk to your sister, then I call you to find out what's going on. And Kyle's like, why are you telling me about your conversation? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
But she says that. She says that. And then on the other hand, she's like, well, I don't know what you guys are talking about. You know what I mean? So she does want to know. So what is it? You don't want to know or you do want to know? So.
Well, it's one of those, I think, where she's. Yeah. I think part of it is that she's being accused of not listening or not understanding or not. Kyle's being accused of not doing something for her sister, but Kyle's even saying, like, I don't know what you guys talk about. That's your business.
Right.
Why are you bringing this into, why are you bringing me into this whole situation?
It's none of my business.
Crazy. Pretty much. So things, of course, get out of hand and everyone's just staring kind of like in that train wreck kind of way.
Yeah. How did you like that low blow that Brandi gave Kyle when she said that something about you're not wanted or something? Why don't you get out? You're not wanted. Kyle was saying that to Brandi, and then Brandi says, I'm not wanted. You're not wanted. Ask your husband.
Oh. Well, Brandi will always go for the shock value. We know this.
We know this. It's like she just there's daggers coming out of her mouth, right? You cross her, and she is going to cut you.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
She will find something to cut you with. Even if you said nothing, Brandi will always try and turn things away.
It's like, bam.
Yeah,
there it is.
I think Brandi just says it because she has nothing else to say in response, and that's the only thing that she can say.
Yeah.
She'll do whatever she can to undercut someone.
It just so reminds me of junior high.
Yeah.
These women are in their 40s, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Pretty
would you
much.
ever say stuff like that to somebody, one of your peers? I don't know.
I think maybe I have sane peers. I mean, some of my friends are kind of crazy in a good way, but...
Yeah, but you would never come out them with something like that, right?
No. The best point would be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this shit. Yeah. I'm out of here. See ya. Here's my question. For the longest time, we didn't know. So apparently Kim was in the hospital or something for like a week.
Yeah. So she said 5 days, but there was another time when she said 7 or 8. So I don't know what it was.
So
the story kind of changed. Yeah.
Kim
and then she was saying that something that a conversation she had with Kyle was the day before. Or she was saying that it was that morning.
She said it was that morning.
And Kyle's like, no, that was yesterday. So,
yeah,
something's going on. I think the prescription painkiller that she took is just really messing with her mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, why was she in the hospital? Because they never said anything at first, and at some point I heard an allusion to hernia and a cracked rib or something.
Well, she said she was coughing so hard. She thinks she had a cracked rib, but the pain was so bad. And then she said it was from a hernia, and that's when Brandi was asking her, well, what is a hernia? So she was trying to explain what it was.
And that's what prompted her taking that strange pill from Monty. That's why she was all
because she was in
loopy
so much pain that night that he, gave her the pain pill and she took it. But anyway, it's just, the whole thing is just kind of weird. Like, I don't know how much of the story I believe. Is that weird that I'm so skeptical? But I just am.
I think it's a complicated situation because Kyle and Kim they're good. They're sisters. They've known each other for how long? But I think they push each other's buttons unnecessarily. Maybe I don't know if they've ever gone to therapy together. Maybe they need to.
Oh, Lord, can you imagine that, Bill?
Wow. But so I don't even know who to believe. I'm kind of on Kyle's side, but not really, because I know that she never knows when to stop.
Yeah, I just don't like the aggressive behavior, and you know me, that you're that way with me, and I'm over it. I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm getting away from you, and I'm not on your side. Like, aggression, if that's your go-to, it's just, I can't
I think that's all she knows, really.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where she probably grew up in an environment where, aggression was the way to resolve your issues. Yeah. So, we don't know that much about Kyle and Kim's dad, do we?
No, we don't know anything about their dad.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
There could be more.
If I don't side with aggression, then I guess I have to side with stupidity and go with Brandi. Okay, so what's worse?
I can't say that I really side with anyone. If I were there, I would have scolded them or something.
Crazy.
I would have been like, you guys are all idiots. Take this outside. Go home. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
No one here wants to hear it. We saw Yolanda getting ready for a fabulous trip, I guess. She is
the packer extraordinaire.
Yes. She's super organized.
I love it. She was like,
I aspire to be like her.
This many shoes, that outfit, this would, I love it.
Yeah, they're going to some event in Italy somewhere. But, they had the whole program. Like, okay, these are the different events that we have to go to.
So smart.
We need a blah, 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 blah.
Right?
And it looks like she packed like an hour before she left the house to get to the airport.
Oh my gosh. Another reason to admire her, which we both do anyway.
I would love to travel with Yolanda one day.
Yes.
I don't think I would have the fabulous clothes that she does.
No, but at least she'd know what to pack.
Yes. I would ask her, what are we doing and what do I need to pack?
Yeah, exactly.
Done. And she can come help me, I think I'm a pretty good packer, but she can really help me. Very interesting to see that Max, Vanderpump's son, is interested in learning more about his background.
Yes.
Right? His heritage and all that good stuff.
I gotta say, it was so sad, though, to see Lisa Vanderpump upset.
You know, it was. I mean, I kind of understand where she's coming from. I understand that fear because...
We just don't see that vulnerable side of her.
No, we don't. Not very often, that's for sure.
And when we do, then she shuts it down immediately with... once I'm crossed, then,
she has an image and a reputation to uphold.
I guess. But yeah, she was crying and the lip was quivering and I was just like shedding a tear. I was.
Did you want to give her a hug?
I did. You know me. Hugs for everybody.
They were actually quite good about, okay, well, here's some information. I mean, I don't know that he ever found out.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out in future episodes, for sure.
Absolutely. But I had to laugh when Max was just saying, listen, I just want to know the name I was born with and my heritage and my background. Like, in terms of, the whole... I don't know that they've done the genetic testing just yet, but that might be another step. But I love how Ken was saying, well... Your dad is, Asian, I think Chinese, and your mother's Nigerian
joking.
Or something.
Yeah, totally joking.
And he's laughing while he's saying, and the son's like, yeah,
I know.
Okay.
Ken has a sense of humor. We don't get to see it often because we've just seen him really pissed off this season.
Well, considering the fact that Brandi's been trying to,
exactly. So
be besties
it was nice,
with them again.
Yeah, it was nice to see kind of that little glimmer of sense of humor. Mm-hmm. The Ken that I miss.
Yes, the Ken that we all know and love.
I know. So next week, hopefully we find out more. And
yes, it's to be continued, right?
To be continued. There's going to be,
debacle.
There's going to be more stuff continued through next week. So.
Oh, of course. Since Brandi showed up, the things have just gone... she's always picking a fight. She's always trying to be outrageous.
Yeah, and it was telling when, I forget who it was that was saying she got in the middle of this relationship, she's burned out this relationship, and
I think it was Vanderpump.
Was it Vanderpump? She went through the whole cast, and I started to think, oh my God, it's true.
Or maybe it was Kyle who said that. Kyle or Vanderpump. One of the two. But yes, you're right.
And
you're absolutely right.
It was so right on. I thought, oh, Lord, Brandi's the common denominator, which, yeah.
She sure is.
I like to defend Brandi, but some point, I really can't.
The first season, I was kind of on her side, considering her background and all the
we all felt bad.
That she went through.
Totally.
We all felt bad, of course. But now it's like, not so much.
Yeah.
No.
It's getting old. She just needs some therapy.
No kidding. Well, maybe Yolanda will smack her upside the head like she needs.
Maybe a life coach, too.
No, she just needs therapy.
Therapy first, then a life coach.
Therapy first, then potentially a life coach, depending on if she needs it. Do you want to be her life coach so you can say, stop doing that?
No.
That would be exhausting.
Oh, my Lord.
And her life coach? Oh,
I couldn't do it. No. I get too pulled in.
I think I would just get up and walk out. You know what? Screw this. I'm out.
That's our time for today. You can follow us on Twitter at @didthelletteru.watchit. You can also find us at iTunes. Let us know what you think. Thank you for listening.